Guys, so I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching my video. I had no idea it was gonna get that many views, so I'm feeling myself. Thank y'all. Anyways, hey to all the new subscribers out there. Today I wanted to show you guys a super easy baby food puree. When I talk about easy, I mean my niece can do this and she's 11 and she got this, okay? She's already cooking in the kitchen. Anyways, I just wanted to take you guys with me to my kitchen and make this food, and I'm gonna show you guys how I make this baby food puree for my twin. So let's go to my kitchen. All right, guys, so we are starting with a washed butternut squash. Right now we are in a pandemic, so you definitely want to make sure everything is cleaned, especially when it comes to babies. So I had a difficult time opening the squash, so I kind of pre-cut it before the video and finished when I started recording. But I probably had a dull knife, and mental note to self, I need to purchase new knives. I eventually did get it open, and I noticed there were the seeds in there. You definitely want to get rid of those, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. I haven't seen anyone put these seeds into the baby food, but I don't know, it could be a personal preference for some. So for me personally, I did remove the seeds before baking the butternut squash. So you definitely can take the butternut squash seeds and roast them in the oven later on for yourself, because they are rich in vitamins and minerals. Some vitamins such as vitamin A, vitamin C, folate, potassium, calcium, iron, and in fiber. Butternut squash is an excellent plant-based source of protein, so you definitely can benefit yourself, and you can benefit with the babies. So that's something that you can do with the seeds. So I definitely did that at the end once I was done with the baby food. So now I am going to go ahead and lightly coat the butternut squash with about a teaspoon of olive oil. I thought that it was best to do so because olive oil is definitely a added healthy fat. And I also wanted the babies to be able to get that also in the butternut squash. So you can go ahead and coat both sides. Don't try not to saturate it with oil. Just very lightly coat the areas. So that's what I'm doing here. And I kind of went a little overboard. Like I was making sure all the sides were covered, but you guys get the point. So that's how it should look once you guys go ahead and dress it with some olive oil. Also, make sure that you do set your oven to 450 degrees. Then you're going to go ahead and take the butternut squash and you're going to lay the skin side down on your baking sheet. And I use foil. You can use parchment paper. So either one was fine for me. I noticed I used parchment paper and then I used that. So it worked out fine. Then you're going to go ahead and place the butternut squash in the oven. I did set the timer to 56 minutes, but I ended up taking it out at like 50 minutes. So to make sure it was done, I did go ahead and poke it with a wooden skewer and notice it was going easily in and out. And I also did check the skin to ensure. So the skin will start to peel off if the butternut squash is done. So definitely go ahead and check that once it comes out of the oven and cools. And I did go ahead and start to cut the butternut squash because now I'm getting ready to put it in the baby blender. So I just wanted to make sure, that I wasn't shoving the whole thing in there to get it blend up. So I started working with my hands because I noticed it was easier and also quicker, more efficient. So you can see here I am peeling off the skin nice and easy. And then I did notice that the inside, it has more of a stringy content, so I did go ahead and use a knife to cut out the extra stringy part. And I did also remove the hard parts of the butternut squash because I just didn't think it would be that appetizing to eat. So I did go ahead and do that, as you can see here. So this is a fun part. This is where I get ready to use my newbie blender. I always feel relieved when I get to this point because I know that, I'm almost there. I'm more than halfway there. So I'm here. I am using the blender. I'm going to go ahead and grab the cup that we're going to use. I did go ahead and make sure that it wasn't in the hinges because just to make sure that it didn't start while I was putting in the butternut squash. So you're going to go ahead and start placing the butternut squash in. So here I am getting ready to start the blending process. I did make sure that I did have a little bit of water in the bottom of the blender for easy mixing. Also, I'm making sure that the lid is nice on and tight. I did have trouble finding the hinges because I was too busy talking, but eventually I did get it going. So you also want to make sure you do keep an eye on the consistency, and you'll see throughout the video here that I am adding more water. If you're wondering why I didn't use breast milk, I don't have any at the moment. But I didn't want to put too much formula because they have formula a lot. So I wanted to make sure I could add a little bit of water. And here I am checking the consistency of the squash and adding more water. And you'll see as I keep blending that I kind of want like a liquidy consistency because they are babies. You don't want to choke them. So that is what I'm making sure that I'm doing here. So I did get the consistency that I like. So then what I did, I went ahead and started to fill the little containers that the newbie came with. I also filled the container, the smaller container, because I did want to have food throughout the week. Usually when I do make baby food, it does last me about 3 to 4 days, but I don't know why. I always tend to throw away the 4th day. I just think it's too long. But refrigerated, 3 days, and then I move on to something else. So they'll have this butternut squash for lunch. So you'll see here that I'm getting ready to put the top on all of the containers and refrigerate them for the feeds. So I also wanted to make sure the lids were nice and tight because I always tend to drop the baby foods out of the fridge when I'm in a rush. So I just wanted to make sure I went along and just made sure all the lids were unsealed. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.